We are here at the Neal Wildlife Refuge in Jasper County. You may have heard the expression, it'll take an act of Congress to get something done. Well, it really did in 1990 when Congress created this Central Iowa Refuge.
Named for a nature-conscious Iowa congressman, the refuge recreated native plant and animal communities that existed in Central Iowa prior to 1840. While it might look like a frozen tundra this time of year, the refuge is actually over 5,000 acres of tall grass prairie and oak savanna. There are over 8 miles of hiking trails, and if you're looking to try something a little different, why not snowshoe?
If you're willing to brave the cold temperatures, the Prairie Learning Center offers programs and snowshoes to get you out on the prairie this time of year.
And if you're up for that, perhaps you should join a group of paddlers who scoff at freezing temperatures just so they can spend more time on the water.
The philosophy of the cold water kayakers is not only is it good for the body, but it's good for the soul. Sub-freezing temperatures can quickly turn Iowa's rivers and streams from inviting destinations into petrifying cauldrons of icy water. The thought of dipping into 40 degrees or colder river water sends chills down the spines of even the most seasoned outdoorsmen and women. But for the well-prepared paddler, it's some of the most serene kayaking of the entire year.
Especially in the wintertime, it is so peaceful, it is so tranquil. You're never supposed to paddle alone, of course, in the winter, but if you go out with a couple of people and you're just nature watching, what you can see is just a ton of wildlife. Those quiet moments on the river are very healthy mentally, and you really can't get that anywhere else. You can't get it on a bike trail, you can't get it on a hiking trail. There's just stuff on a water trail and on rivers and lakes that you can't see anywhere else.
Wind-swept water trails like the Des Moines River in central Iowa are often the best spot in the entire state for a front-row seat at nature's buffet line. Clusters of bald eagles, concentrated by a dwindling supply of open water, give kayakers a show while scooping stunned fish from the water surface.
And the vantage points that you can get to take pictures of the eagles and to spend a little time with them, it's pretty cool.
Taking in the sights and sounds, a group of hardcore winter paddlers generate a lot of body heat trekking upstream and back down. But retaining that warmth is always a challenge. It's currently 30 degrees outside. I can't imagine how cold it is out on the water. So how do you keep warm when you're winter kayaking?
Definitely layers, layer upon layer upon layer. I start with a bottommost layer next to my skin of polypropylene underwear.
Outer layer is a dry suit. It's made of Gore-Tex. And underneath that is a one-piece fleece that goes down to my feet. And underneath that is a smart wool, and underneath that is just the long underwear.
I've got my splash jacket on, which seals at the cuffs, also seals around the neck. It's not as good as a dry suit. This is to kind of keep the water out. It's a seal that just Velcros on.
I think it's pretty cold out here. What do you do to keep warm? What's the secret?
Secret is layering, definitely layering. And I have on a polypropylene layer against my skin that wicks moisture away from the skin, so it keeps you feeling a lot drier and more comfortable. And I have no cotton on whatsoever, not a thread, because cotton, if it gets wet, doesn't insulate.
They're pogies, and they keep the cold water off your hands. You put your hand right in there.
They work pretty well at keeping you warm.
Oh, I don't even know if I could paddle in the winter without these.
Yeah.
They're essential.
While staying warm is a huge concern for these kayakers, one of the biggest challenges is just trying to find open water. Iowa Outdoors joined kayakers on the Des Moines River below dams at Red Rock Reservoir and Saylorville Lake. Both groups kept their distance from the dam's powerful output, but stayed close enough to see fish that were stunned by the passing of the dam's current bob towards the surface as eagle bait. For these kayakers, the stark beauty of Iowa's winter is front and center. As long as you've dressed for the occasion, and more importantly, you step outside to enjoy it.
Hardcore paddlers only, the ones that definitely want to paddle all year round, and it's a good way to keep conditioned. It's better than sitting around at home watching TV and gaining weight, eating junk. So it's much better being out here, being a part of nature.